What happened?
It's okay.
It's my new camera, and I'm really stoked because this means I'm picking up the daily vlog.
And I will be posting every Thursday, and including Savannah and a whole bunch of videos.
We're thinking about doing daily vlogs.
I'm gonna start doing weekly or semi-weekly updates of my pregnancy.
This is my first vlog, so I really don't know what I'm doing. We just want to share special moments with us in our lives, so hope you guys can enjoy it.
Family channels. From the start, before the trends, before anyone was making money, when it was only just for fun, it seemed super wholesome. So what happened? Before the hype and more people creating channels of their own, it was a much simpler time. But some say it went too far. I don't think anyone could have predicted what family vlogging became, and it hurts me to say this because I used to love family channels. And when I mean I used to love family channels, I mean I used to love what it was, before all of this.
2, 3. Hey, Ace family!
I've been watching YouTube for years, since I was in middle school. When family vlogging started, I vividly remember the Shaytards.
This channel is the Shaytards channel.
And how attached I grew to this family. They were the beginning of family vloggers, sharing the birth of some of their children, recording morning routines, first day of school, Christmases. And like I said, YouTube was different back then, so these videos were extremely wholesome, family friendly, nothing like what we're seeing today. But still, with that, in 2016, Shay and his wife Colette announced that they wanted to take a year off of YouTube to live life as a normal family without the cameras.
The kids want to start channels. The kids want to have YouTube channels. They want to be YouTubers. They want to be like their mom and dad. They get a lot of self-worth from this. Are they wise enough to make this life decision? Have I thrust them too much into the spotlight? And so I just say, I need to take a year off the internet.
The daily posts were set to end in 2017, but 1 month prior to the date they were set to take the break, the family's cookie cutter image was crushed as an article was released that alleged he had exchanged inappropriate messages through Twitter with an adult webcam model. The family did eventually come back to posting online, but it was never the same. As the Shaytards faded from fame during their scandal, new families started taking over the platform. At the same time, Casey Neistat was also having one of his best years on the platform and completely transformed how vlogging was. People were starting to get more creative and more entertaining, and people with family channels definitely wanted to step it up.
What's up, guys? This is the start of Kyrie and DJ channel.
New ones were popping up left and right and trying their hand at YouTube. And the more you posted, the more money you made and the more subscribers you got. That was a formula. I don't blame anyone for doing this, especially in the beginning, because everything was so new. It was also pretty wholesome and it was exciting. A way for families to make memories because vlogs had to be interesting, so people would leave the house or do an activity. It was a way to document things and people could quit their jobs and stay home with their kids, which is so rare. It became addicting and even more competitive. There suddenly became patterns within the community that were 100% going to be moneymakers. Videos such as pregnancy announcements, family and friend reactions, gender reveals, birth vlogs, bringing home your baby. Videos like this began to become more frequent on the platform. And as more people tried their luck getting famous off posting one of these videos, it became a more competitive side of YouTube. Some channels focused more on appealing to kids rather than young adults, bringing big, bright thumbnails, loads of colors, dramatic art. It was starting to become a business. This tactic brought up a ton of channels: the LeBrant family, Daily Bumps, the Ace family, so many families. So what happens when these families start chasing the money a little too hard? Well, a lot actually. When you share so much of your life online, especially those who daily vlog, viewers feel like they know who you are. They also feel like they have a say in how you do things, like raising your kids. Over time, more and more eyes have gathered around family channels, with clickbait only getting more extreme on the platform with how competitive things have gotten. The rise of children crying, getting hurt, or being punished has become a popular form of titles and thumbnails. The LeBrant family is one that has faced a ton of backlash for using their children as clickbait. Parents Cole and Savannah were called out just last year for having clickbaited their subscribers into thinking one of their children had cancer. The video titled "She Got Diagnosed with Cancer" documentary had fans filled with worry and loads of questions as to if their daughter Posey had been diagnosed with cancer or not. Savannah and Cole explained she did not and was in good health, but they thought for a moment that she did, so they decided to make a whole video and highlight and raise awareness for 3 families whose kids are battling cancer in a video. This got them loads of hate. not for spreading awareness, but obviously for making people think that their daughter had cancer to try to get clicks, to try to get money. This is just one of the many instances of families going too far for clickbait. Like I said, so many people post every single day about their child getting hurt and continue to film while they cry. The Ace family recently posted a video where parents Austin and Catherine were playing outside with their son when he fell over and his gum started bleeding. He was crying, and they filmed the whole thing and used his bloody face for the thumbnail.
It's okay. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. What?
His mouth is...
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's fine, it's fine.
Oh my god.
He's fine, I don't want to show you, he's fine. Sure lippies, I know.
Oh baby, where did it happen?
I don't know.
Oh my god.
Let me see. Ah.
Yeah, he's fine, it's just his little gum part right here.
A mommy vlogger last year was called out because she forgot to edit out a clip of her instructing her son how to pose for a thumbnail as he was crying. Their family dog was at the vet and it wasn't looking good. He was extremely emotional about it, and yet the only thing that she seemed to think about was the fact that she needed a thumbnail for her video. She was telling him to open up his mouth and look at the camera.
We appreciate it. I love you guys. Come here, come closer for the video. Come closer. Come closer. Come closer. Put your head right here. Come closer. Close down. Put your head down here. Act like you're crying. Really quick.
I am crying.
Go like this.
No, Mom, I'm not just usually crying.
No, I know, but go like this for the video. Go like this. Put one hand up. Go like this. No, go like this. Put your hand like this. But let them see your mouth. Let them see your mouth.
No, Mom, I'm actually crying.
Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me.
I'm actually crying.
I know. Look at me. Look at me. Look at the camera. Look at the camera. Okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's over, it's over.
In these extremely disturbing instances, people have been left wondering why nothing has been done to protect these children. And honestly, a lot of these families have had child protective services called on them. They've been open about it and honestly have expressed a lot of frustration about it. One mom in particular who has faced a lot of criticism, especially in the recent year, is Ruby Frank. She has a family channel called 8 Passengers, and her parenting choices have become so publicized, a lot of her videos have ended up on platforms such as TikTok because people cannot believe the things that are on her channel.
I think I'm ready to leave. I put on a little bit of lip gloss and that will be as much stalling as I'll go. And so she woke up this morning and she's like, Mom, my vision is really blurry, like more blurry than it usually is. Kevin just came in. He's like, I think we need to take Sherry to the emergency room. I said, well, let me take a shower and then I'll be out. It's been an hour, so.
Ruby is known to post videos of her children that are said to be embarrassing and unnecessary, as there are posts of her punishing her children.
If you cut one more thing in my house, I'm going to take the scissors, look at me, and I'm going to cut its head off.
Grandma will be so mad!
Sharing that they have gotten their periods and so much more. Her parenting has been a major critical point for people to criticize, as some of the punishments have shocked people and left them completely confused. She's been open about taking her children's beds away from pranking each other.
Yeah. Oh, I'll give you the reason why I lost my bedroom. I think so. I think this is the reason. At least this is the reason that's been in my head. It's pretty funny, but now that I look back, I mean, it's pretty depressing.
No, we never told our viewers.
That I woke Russell up at 2 in the morning and told him that we're going to Disneyland and he has to pack, and he got up.
Sending her eldest son to a wilderness behavioral camp.
We got accused of child abuse and we sent Chad to Anasazi.
And more recently, talking about taking Christmas away from her youngest 2 children because they have been selfish.
The 2 youngest are showing long patterns of selfishness. So up until now, I was really hoping that like keeping them home from school and wiping the floorboards would like really bring pain. Like, oh my gosh, I really want to change this behavior that I've been exhibiting. And it wasn't painful for them. They're like, oh yay, we get to stay home from school and clean floorboards. This is kind of fun. It's like, Kevin and I have decided that we are going to give the gift of truth to them this year for Christmas.
This all comes as a result of sharing so much of your life online. Criticism follows, and it's surely the price Ruby is paying for having accumulated over 2 million followers from the platform.
Whenever we start sharing the details of how we actually parent, we get a lot of upset. People are really triggered.
There have been families that have been called out for their actions and never returned to the platform. YouTuber Myka Stauffer and her husband Jim were investigated in 2020 after releasing a video on their family channel where they announced they were permanently placing their adopted son with another family. They had adopted him at the age 2.5, but yet they were giving him away just a couple years later. The family had made several videos documenting their entire adoption journey, and he was the face of a lot of their thumbnails. So when they decided to share that they were giving him to another family, audiences were sick. People accused them of using him for views and only focusing on that instead of the care and attention a child like him needed, as they expressed several times in videos prior to bringing him home from China that he had autism. They claimed they were not aware of the full extent of his special needs when they adopted him, but videos on their channel prior to making things official with the adoption exposed that doctors had warned the parents that his condition was more extreme than they originally thought, and he was going to need a lot of care. The mom had a video saying she didn't care because that was her baby through and through, but clearly not.
But her prognosis and everything for our son just went drastic. She kind of almost discouraged us from adopting him, like saying that this is going to be severe, this is going to be a lot, you know, we don't know what unknown elements could be. It was hard to hear somebody say that. If anything, my child is not returnable. So when I heard all of the things that doctor was telling us, it kind of went in one ear and out the other. No matter what state he came to us, that we would love him. And that's one thing that I'm starting to love about this process.
With international adoption, sometimes there's unknowns and things that are not transparent on files and things like that. And once he came home, there was a lot more special needs that we weren't aware of and that we were not told.
The two never returned to family vlogging, and Myka also stopped posting on her Instagram. Like I said, people accuse them of doing this for views, and that's an accusation that gets thrown around more frequently than ever when it comes to family channels. As so many families have joined, just like most workplaces, people are constantly thinking about how can I do better? How can I stand out? How can I impress people? But some take it way too far and it bites them. People have also questioned channels over time as to whether or not these kids will be compensated for their time, as most of them are the star of the channel and the sole reason people have stayed to watch videos, to see them grow up. If you watch certain family channels, a lot of the time it's the kids that are holding the camera, not the parents. And with YouTube and family channels still being pretty new, the platform doesn't require parents to follow any sort of child labor law. Child labor laws in the entertainment industry are designed to protect the most vulnerable members of its workplace. As history has shown, child movie stars are prone to mistreatment by everyone from executives to their own parents taking advantage of them. And that's why laws have been built over time to protect these children and make sure that they are still getting a check at the end of the day and that they aren't being overworked. Children have a certain amount of hours that they have to work, and the money has to be set aside to make sure parents don't use their kids to get rich and leave them with nothing when they get older. There's a law, the Jackie Coogan law, mandates that a child actor's employer set aside 15% of the child actor's gross earnings in what is known as a Coogan trust account, where it can be monitored, but not withdrawn, by a legal guardian until the child reaches legal maturity. The issue with YouTube that concerns a lot of people, especially as of recent, with how massive family channels have gotten, is people are worried about these children and if they're actually getting paid for what they're doing, since they're bringing a lot to the table. It's clear that family vlogging has brought a lot of money to a lot of these channels, and they're obviously spending that money. The Ace family is a big channel that people look to and see how much money they've spent over the years. They have luxury cars, a massive mansion, and people can only hope that they set aside money for their children. Some channels have addressed this though. Just Fam, a mommy vlogger who has been posting since she was 17, came out and said that she does pay her children as if they were employees.
Kids getting paid for doing YouTube. Obviously, I'm a YouTuber. I make money from AdSense. I make money from brand deals. My kids specifically, and I cannot speak for anybody else, but as far as how it works for my kids, obviously I make money because I share my life with you guys, right? It's actually really complicated, and I don't know if this is like a secret. Like, I wish people would talk about money more, because especially in this industry, everybody, I don't know, I just feel like it's so hush hush, and like I just want to know how everybody else does it. But I have a lawyer and I have an accountant, and they help me, and I have a financial advisor, and they have helped me legally set up my kids as employees. So they are paid, and their money goes into 3 different accounts. There's like a retirement account. I don't know, like I should know more, but like I have them handle it for me. But it goes into a retirement account, a college account, and I think it's called a 529 account, to where they can't access the money until I let them at a certain age.
This is extremely important, and she is right that it should be talked about more, because the more people that talk about it, the more the word is spread, and the more other people will be like, oh, maybe I should be doing that too. And as the world of family channels keeps growing, and these kids are getting older, entering school or already school age, people wonder what happens when their peers start to talk to them about it, when their peers see what they're doing, see what their parents are posting.
You can play with friends.
No, like I don't have friends.
I don't have friends either.
I literally like told my friends I'm not hanging out with them anymore.
Because
They say some pretty messed up stuff.
What happens if it all falls apart, or the kids don't want to do it anymore?
They came to me a couple weeks ago. Actually, was it a couple weeks ago?
It was probably more
A
than
month
a couple
ago.
weeks ago,
Maybe.
for me at least.
It was a little while ago, and they were like, we don't want to do it anymore.
This is a whole topic about the long-term effects of all of this that I want to cover in a part 2 of the Dark Side of Family Channels. So you guys stay tuned for that. I definitely want to know what you guys think about part 1, kind of the evolution of how we got to where we are from the beginning of how wholesome things used to be to kind of how extreme and how much of a business this has really turned into. So let me know your thoughts on part 1 in the comments down below. Love you guys so much. Thank you for watching. I will talk to you in the next video. Bye guys.